She had nothing left to lose. Her husband, dead. Her kingdom, stolen. Her daughters violated by soldiers of the most powerful empire on earth. And Rome made one fatal mistake. They let her live. This widow raised an army so massive that Rome's greatest generals refused to face her. She burned 3 cities to the ground. She forced Emperor Nero himself to consider abandoning Britain forever. And here's what no one tells you. Beneath the glass towers of modern London, there is a layer of ash that she left behind, 2,000 years ago, still there. This is the story of Boudica, a queen who decided that some things are worth burning everything for. Stay with us.
If you walk along the River Thames in London today, standing directly across from Parliament, you'll see her, Boudica, a queen in a war chariot, immortalized in bronze as the symbol of British resilience. Yet, if you dig just a few feet below the pavement of the modern financial district, you hit a layer of scorched red-orange earth about 20 inches thick. This is the Boudica layer. 2,000 years ago, this very national icon led a brutal rebellion that razed the city to its foundations. This leaves us with a difficult historical question. Was Boudica a freedom fighter defending her people from an oppressive empire? Or was she a warlord whose vengeance targeted her own countrymen? To understand how the protector of London once annihilated it, we have to look at the brutal chain of events that pushed a queen into a state of total rage. In AD 60, the Iceni tribe of eastern Britain operated as a wealthy, autonomous client state of the Roman Empire. They minted their own coins and crafted spectacular gold jewelry, including this massive, intricately twisted neck ring known as a torque. King Prasutagus of the Iceni tried to protect that status. In his will, he left half of his kingdom to his daughters and the other half to the Roman Emperor, Nero. He believed this payout would buy his family safety. Rome took the money and ignored the will. Roman officials annexed the Iceni lands and immediately called in massive financial loans, debts that had been forced on the Britons by Roman investors. To assert total dominance, the Roman procurator ordered Queen Boudica to be publicly flogged. Her 2 daughters were raped by Roman soldiers. The Roman administration expected this public humiliation to break the Iceni. Instead, they provided a grieving queen with the motivation to dismantle their province. Boudica gathered a force of over 100,000 warriors, a mass of Iceni and Trinovantes fighters far outnumbering any Roman garrison. They struck at a moment of strategic weakness. The Roman governor, Suetonius Polyaenus, was hundreds of miles away in Wales, occupied with destroying the Druid strongholds on the island of Anglesey. The rebel army descended on the major settlements of Camulodunum, Verulamium, and London. With no legions to defend them, they burned all 3 cities to ash. Take a look at the estimated death toll. Between 70,000 and 80,000 people were killed during this campaign. But there were very few Roman soldiers in these towns. These were Britons who had adopted Roman laws, trade, and clothing. For Boudica's army, the rebellion was a purge, targeting collaborators as much as invaders. The uprising had become a slaughter, forcing a desperate tactical response from the retreating Roman military. Knowing he was hopelessly outnumbered, General Suetonius willingly abandoned London. He needed to buy time to select a geographic choke point for a final stand. He chose a site at Watling Street. This map shows the Roman position, a narrow defile with a dense forest at their back, forcing the massive British army to funnel into a tight space. The Britons made a fatal logistical error. They parked a massive semicircle of wagons at the rear of their own lines, filled with their families. They had effectively walled themselves in. When the Britons charged, the Romans unleashed synchronized javelin volleys. Then the legionaries locked their shields into tight wedge formations and methodically advanced. The Celtic front line broke, but as they tried to retreat, they were trapped against their own wall of family wagons. The kill ratio was staggering, 80,000 Britons dead to just 400 Romans. The outcome suggests that numbers and fury were insufficient against the Roman military's reliance on geometry and synchronized steel. Following the slaughter, Boudica disappeared. Ancient accounts conflict. Some say she fell ill, while others claim she took poison to avoid being paraded through Rome in chains. Suetonius followed his victory with reprisals so savage that Rome eventually intervened. The emperor recalled his general, fearing the violence would permanently destabilize the province. There is a deep irony in how Boudica's story survived. We only know her name because the Roman historian Tacitus, a citizen of the empire she fought, recorded the details of her rebellion. Roman writers were so shaken by her defiance that they preserved her legend for centuries. Later, leaders like Queen Elizabeth I and Queen Victoria adopted her image as a symbol of female authority and national independence. Boudica lost the battle at Watling Street, and Rome held Britain for another 3 centuries. But her defiance turned a local tragedy into a national legend that outlasted the very empire that recorded it.
You stood with me through this battle. Now stand with me for the next one. Hit like, subscribe, and together we conquer history. Every battle leaves questions. Leave yours below. I want to hear what you think happened next.